and welcome to another episode of the We Don't Wanna podcast. This is the show where two certified dipshits make uncertified takes on your favorite series. We're your hosts. I am Scott, and joining me as always, he's been getting singing lessons from our boy Mason Bravos. It's Zachy boy!
Me.
It's a skill. Anyone can learn it, Zach. Anyone. You fucker.
Dude, this guy is taking me to the next level, man.
Yeah.
This guy's lessons have me going strong.
He's an amazing teacher. We love Mace. This is a Mace appreciation space.
This is Oh, he got bars too.
I didn't even fucking mean to do that.
He's got some bars.
Sometimes things just work out. How are you doing this week, pal?
You know, I'm actually going pretty good. Actually, it's
going pretty good.
Going pretty good.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. I've been going to a doctor more frequently. Aliens. Let me tell you guys. Been taking care of myself a little bit better. Yeah. Started on some new medication, which is doing real good for my brain stuff, which is also great. Yeah, it's good. It was Valentine's Day this past week.
It's true.
Amanda and I got to hang out. I am an absolute dipshit and idiot, and I scheduled a recording session with Scott on Valentine's Day. He didn't oppose because we all know Scott's not doing shit on Valentine's Day.
You don't have to say it like that. I choose not to do anything on Valentine's Day. I am protesting the establishment, the Hallmark card Valentine's Day bullshit. Okay, this is my choice.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Dude, Scott had a good Valentine's Day with some tissues and some fucking lotion, my guy.
Rosie Palm and her 5 best friends, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, Lubriderm, unscented lotion. My guy went hard. And then went flaccid. Anyway,
as one does.
Yeah, it's been a good week. Just been chilling, hanging out. Work hasn't been too stressful this week, which is also kind of like a first, I feel like, because I kind of hate work. And I am. Oh, we haven't talked about this. We haven't recorded in a couple weeks. I am playing the absolute shit out of Hogwarts Legacy.
Have we really not talked about this on the podcast
so.
yet?
I think the last episode we actually recorded was right before it came out. So I hadn't. We hadn't started playing.
You might,
or I hadn't started playing.
Yeah. So you're enjoying it.
Yes, I am enjoying it. It is, aside from my obvious bias and just simply loving, Harry Potter and loving being immersed in this world, there's never any bias on this podcast. It doesn't
not
exist.
Allowed. It doesn't
as our YouTube audience and commenters would like to point out, we are the most unbiased people that exist.
True.
Anyway, I'm loving it. Like, aside from my bias, like it is genuinely a fun and interesting story. The gameplay has been fun and entertaining and hasn't felt like. I feel like some RPGs can be very like farmy and grindy, and it hasn't felt like that. I am actually enjoying it.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
How's my boy Phineas Nigellus doing? Is he rocking and rolling? That's all I really care about.
He's an absolute dipshit. There's also some nice nods to your boy Merlin too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty neat, man. It's a very like I've always kind of scratched my head at like obviously the wizarding world is like in my opinion, I guess I shouldn't say obviously, but in my opinion, the wizarding world is an interesting place to explore. But I've always kind of thought like what type of story with like a protagonist can be interesting, because I just felt like the stakes got pretty high pretty quick with Voldemort.
Absolutely.
And like how do you like make it seem as like high stakes or as impactful as that?
Okay.
Sure. And they're doing it. They're doing it. It's interesting and it doesn't seem forced. I haven't really like felt like like, oh, as a fan, like that's stupid, like nothing like that has really come up.
To lore, true to the feel and everything.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of exploring an area that we haven't really got to explore. So there's not one. They have it easy because there's not a whole lot that can really be messed up.
Sure.
It's just more expansive on the things that we already like. It's great.
It's like when they did way back in the day when they did Knights of the Old Republic for Star Wars. It's
correct.
Like,
exactly.
Oh, this is like a time in the Star Wars history that we don't like know anything about.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot of cool shit with it.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
And it is filled with lore. So
that's
like
awesome.
if you like this kind of shit, I mean, it's truly, if you guys are not already playing it, I know many of you guys are listening because you started listening when we were doing Harry Potter series. Give it a shot. You guys will probably have a good time.
Do you know how long that game is? Have you looked up any estimates or
you know what?
anything?
I don't know. I know that it does, the game length or expected like length is different based off of what house you get sorted into.
Right. You did mention that to me. Yeah.
Like there's different missions. Like if you're going for a 100% anyway.
Right.
There's more missions or like objectives available for certain houses, but no, I don't know how many hours of gameplay. It's. I mean, I've been playing it quite a bit, and I'm like at 35%. So like,
jeez,
I have been playing quite a lot.
Maybe pretty long because you have been playing quite a bit. I have been playing a bunch of RPGs, so I'm not looking to get into another one of those right now. So it might be a while before I get to that.
Well, I do have to say, we do have. There's some little inkling of some Potter news that I would like to share here on the podcast with you and with the peeps, which I don't know how credible this is, but many sources are starting to go, oh, this is actually a thing that's happening. But apparently Warner Brothers is starting production for a Cursed Child movie. Where the three original cast members, Dan Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson, will be coming back to reprise their roles. So if this is a real thing...
I'm going to be totally honest. I thought that already existed.
No.
The Cursed Child already was a movie.
No, The Cursed Child is a screenplay. It's a play. It's a
play.
That's, it's a play.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so the book is written as a screenplay. It's not actually a novel.
Right. Okay.
So apparently, we are not the most credible source of bullshit here. Well, no, we are the most credible source of bullshit.
Yeah. Get that right, goddamn.
But if that's a thing, that's interesting, and that might mean that Scott, you might need to kind of kick into overdrive, and get through that and watch some shit-ass Fantastic Beast movies, and we might have to revisit that stuff soon.
I definitely... The thing that I am most keen to do is watch the terrible Fantastic Beast movies, because that seems like...
It'll be so fun.
It's so fun to do. We love to shit on things, obviously.
We should maybe... I don't know if we'd actually be able to do this, but we should maybe try and like get together and watch them together, because it would be hilarious, and like film some of it or record some of it.
That'd be pretty good too.
What, you don't like
it? You don't like it when I used to like watch the movies and just like live tweet more or less my thoughts to you, and just a steady stream to you.
You're not like a social media person.
Mm-hmm.
If you were, then you could do like live videos, not like actual live videos, but like you could do like short clips of videos and post them on TikTok or something like that. But I mean, you could still do it and send them to me, and I'll put them up.
Surely there's something we can do. Yeah, we'll have to brainstorm.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
What we could do with that, because that would be a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, how are you doing, Scott? I'm sorry. That was a lot.
It's fine. Listen, I know you're very excited for this game. I am fine. I've been playing. I like I said, I'm trying to get away from RPGs right now. So
You're still on Persona?
No, I finished it. So that's why I'm saying I've put so much time into Persona. Now I'm playing GoldenEye 007, which just came to Xbox.
What a legend!
Which is awesome, because I mean that was one of my favorite games.
How does it feel, honestly?
It feels great. They've like modernized somewhat the controls, so it feels totally fine to play. That game's still fun as hell. The soundtrack absolutely bangs.
Oh yeah. That soundtrack truly does fuck.
it's such just a nostalgia trip, and I feel like that game holds up. So I've been playing a lot of GoldenEye. I'm almost done with it because that game is not super long.
It's very short.
But yeah, that's been a hell of a lot of fun, and that's kind of
so
what
sick,
I've been up
man.
to. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, you did. I don't know if we talked about this last time, but you did finish your Lego.
Oh yeah.
What is it? A Star Destroyer?
Yeah. I forgot we
Star
even talked
Cruiser?
about that.
The fuck is that?
On the podcast? It's a Star. Don't. What is that thing called? Don't pretend like you're not a fucking giant nerd, you nerd. What is that thing called again? An aluminum falcon?
Yeah. Dude.
It's Star Destroyer. Yes, I forgot we'd even talked about that on the pod. But yes, I finished that.
How many pieces in total is it? I don't know that we've ever said that.
It was like 8,000 or something.
Holy,
like that.
I can't remember. It was 8,724.
No, that's. I don't think that's right. I think it's 5,000 or 6,000. Doesn't matter. That's not what we're here to talk about today, despite all our other shenanigans that we get through. We're here to talk about Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 9, The Dance of Dragons.
The Dance of Dragons.
The Dance of Dragons. Hey, it's like they made a show about this story that... Well, you know what? We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Why don't you kick us off with this recap, buddy boy, and we'll get this going.
I will certainly do that, but you need to remind me where to stop.
I'm picking up it in Bravos.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, you positive?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Surely.
Okay.
Quit trying to make me laugh while I drink, you asshole.
All right. We begin at Stannis' camp with the 20 good men scene.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not the good one. You fucking dipshit. Unfortunately, it's not the good one that Scott has bookmarked on 4 different devices.
Yeah, 4 different ones.
What do you like? Multi-screen it? Like, I guess.
So it's
or what? Like one to go? Like a portable?
Well, yeah, it's tablet, phone, PC, and a smart fridge.
Smart.
Are the 4. Because the smart fridge is great for when you're doing the old one-hander stander-upper.
One-hander stander-upper?
The angry one-hander stander-upper.
Making a sandwich stander-upper.
The fridge door is open so it keeps you nice and cool when you're getting real hot and sweaty, you know. You know.
Oh my god. Well, that's a good
gotta have that one bookmarked on the smart fridge.
Yeah, man.
Gotta.
Ramsay and his boys have somehow managed to kill hundreds of horses, burn all the food stores and siege weapons, and escape unnoticed.
They're fucking talented, bro.
Yeah, and Stannis definitely is like, you mean to tell me that these fuckers did all this shit and nobody saw it? He calls it out, too. He calls out this terrible fucking idea and plot point, which I love. So Stannis tells Davos to go back to Castle Black and get food and supplies from Jon Snow. Davos asks to take Shireen back with him, but Stannis refuses. Davos shares a tender goodbye with Shireen, so I'm sure she'll be just fine.
Nothing bad will ever happen to her.
Further north, Jon and the wildlings that escaped from Hardhome have arrived at the wall, and Sir Alliser lets them through the gates. Sam tells Jon he did good saving all these people, but Alliser tells him that his good heart will get them killed. In Dorne, Jaime chats with Prince Doran, who refuses to put his people through war. He agrees to send Myrcella back to King's Landing as long as Prince Thumbring can go along and sit on the small council. Also, they're not going to execute our boy Bronn, which is, to be honest, great news. Just very happy about this.
Hell yeah.
Prince Doran makes Ellaria Sand swear fealty, or he will have her executed.
Oh boy. In Bravos, Arya be doing her oysters, clams, and cockles thing in order to poison the evil insurance man. However, she gets distracted when she sees Mace Tyrell and Meryn Trant arrive in the city. She follows Sir Meryn to a brothel where he continues to prove that he is just the worst scum ever. Arya goes back to the House of Black and White and lies to Jaqen, telling him she'll kill the evil insurance man tomorrow. Back north, Shireen tells Stannis about some familiar names in Targaryen history, but Captain Grammar Stannis doesn't like it. Shireen continues to be the sweetest girl ever, but Stannis believes he must make an awful choice to fulfill his destiny. They burn Shireen as a sacrifice to the Lord of Light. In Meereen, at the Great Arena, Daenerys, her betrothed, and Tyrion are taking in some lovely blood sports, while Dario is trying to prove what a cool, tough guy he is.
Dude, Dario is such a dipshit.
He's such an idiot. They argue philosophy for a bit when Mr. Downbad himself shows up to fight. Jorah gets absurdly lucky and wins the free-for-all, then saves Daenerys from a Son of the Harpy. Hundreds of them appear in the crowd and start killing people, including ol' Hizdar. The Unsullied, Dario, Jorah, and Tyrion try to get Daenerys out, but get surrounded in the arena. When all hope seems lost, Drogon flies in and starts roasting fools. Daenerys climbs on his back, and they fly away. And that is this episode, I guess. That recap, I watched this like a week and a half ago, just FYI. That recap seems very short. Is that all that happens in this episode?
That is, for the most part, yes, what happens in this episode.
All right.
Yeah. I had a great joke that I was going to slip in there.
Slip it right in.
Hey, yo. Let me spit on it first. Hizdar, more like his dead. Am I right?
It's pretty good. I like that. I'm into that one. I'm into a good pun. For a second, I thought as I was reading this again, I wrote this like a week and a half ago. I have here Daenerys, her betrothed, and Tyrion, and I'm like, I did not remember that guy's name when I wrote this because, like, I fucking don't remember it right now. But then I have it later, so I don't know what I'm doing sometimes.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We don't know what we're doing on this podcast.
Who the fuck remembers Hizdar's name? Am I right?
Hizdar,
more like his dead.
Zorax. What is his name?
Hizdar's Zolorak. Yeah. His dead Zo badly. That
and then Jorah's he's down so badly.
He's down so badly. Yeah. Big time.
Dude, how about those Ramsay strats, bro?
Oh my god. I briefly, like, I did a very quick I don't like this shit last episode before this had even happened. Yeah, a week later after I've watched this episode, I still don't like it. This is real dumb. Hate it. Not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. Why did they write this?
It's stupid.
It's so
agree.
dumb.
You know what's what's actually dumb is that, like, Ramsay could have done nothing and Stannis would still be in a bad way.
Yes. It's so unnecessary.
It's so unnecessary.
They just need to give Ramsay something to do.
Yeah,
like,
apparently.
Rather than, like, jerk off in Winterfell. I don't know. God, it's so stupid.
Yeah,
it's just
bad.
Such an unforced error because, like,
such a forced error.
The whole thing with, like, Stannis and his army up here is, like, they can't handle the north. They can't handle the cold. Winter is coming. It's like the weather and the season and the land is against them. That would be enough. Like, the horses can still die to the cold.
Yeah,
this can all still happen. But no, you got to have dumb Ramsay. I don't. It's not a big deal. It just pisses me off.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. So look, despite how ridiculous this bullshit is, Stannis is in a bad way.
Yes, very bad way.
He even kind of looks like shit. Like Stannis just like is going through it, man.
Yeah. They do. I thought about that for sure too. They do. Not only do that, I'm sure they do a really good job with his makeup, like making him look like.
Dude, his bags, like his salad, like face and bags is fucked.
But the actor's name escapes me right now. But for the ups and downs I have with Stannis as a character, I think his performance of Stannis is very, very good, and I don't think we call it out enough.
Stephen Delane?
Yeah, Stephen Delane.
Okay, Delane.
I think. I think he does a great job, and
No, I think he's a great Stannis. I don't love Stannis the character.
Right.
I know that there's a lot of Stannis stans out there, but I don't love the character. But no, yes, he's done very well.
Correct.
In
Yeah,
the show.
for sure. And yeah, you're absolutely right, because he does look like he is going through one.
It, dude.
Yeah, dude, for sure. He looks rough. And yeah, and then what does he tell Davos? I really liked what he had a good like line to Davos, like where Davos is like, this, like, a boy could take this message.
Yeah,
and Stannis is like, and what does the boy do if Jon Snow tells him no?
Right.
Which,
what does the boy or the crow say? Yeah, if Jon refuses.
Right.
Yeah, so still a questionable decision to, I guess, just like cut Davos off. Like we're seeing this slow turn of like Stannis just being fully consumed by Melisandre,
yes.
and which, like, I mean, he's been battling this and kind of going through this since we've met him, really.
Mm-hmm.
But this is kind of like the end all be all. Like he's given himself fully to this idea, and I think him getting rid of Davos is kind of the representation of that, the physical representation of that, and obviously what happens later in this episode.
For sure. Like, I mean, like, he does have to do something. Like, I don't think him sending Davos away is like completely misplaced and just like, oh, sure, I'm only doing this to get rid of Davos. That's, I think, part of it, but he does also, like, dude needs fucking help. He is in one, as we said.
Yeah.
Do you want to just do all the...
The wall is really quick, so yeah, let's just knock that out.
Sure.
Jon getting back to the wall with the wildlings. There's it's very short, but I really like this stuff. Like it's such a weird, awkward blend of peacefulness and accomplishment mixed with tension and like hatred. It's just
true.
It makes a really interesting dynamic watching. Like there's a lot of feelings happening, I think, on screen, and also fucking Ollie and his stupid little small mouth.
Wait, what is this now? What do you have a problem with Ollie's mouth?
Doesn't he just has the tiniest fucking mouth?
I don't think we've talked about this.
No, we have talked about it.
Fair enough.
Jon like looks up on the fucking
and he like smiles at Ollie,
and he's like, like I'm back, my guy.
Oh, good to see you
and Ollie's like,
that is exactly the face Ollie makes. This is another quibble, but I also have a problem with this scene, though. Is like, why are they here on that side of the wall? That don't make no sense.
Oh yeah,
they were in the ships. They would have taken the ships back to Eastwatch,
which is on the south side of the wall.
Which is on the south side of the. Why are they back on the north side of the wall? Why would you possibly put yourself back on the north side of the wall? Like, it's fine if they're going to walk from Eastwatch because they're out of horses. Fine. But why are you on the north side of the wall? That don't make no sense.
Dude, I've never thought about that.
It pisses me
that's
off.
real. I'm like trying to rationalize, like...
It's because they want this scene between, this like tense scene between Alistair and
sure,
Jon.
okay.
And it's like, fine, whatever. I don't know how they're having to stare down from 800, he's 800 fucking feet in the air, but whatever. Suspend my disbelief, and they're staring into each other's souls like they're about to kiss. But it's fine. I'm in a quibbling mood today, I guess. But they should not be on this side of the fucking wall. That
stupid. Is an extremely good point, and I don't know how that's never come up in conversation between you and I. Like,
has it not?
I've never acknowledged that.
I feel like I've had that thought before, but maybe not. Maybe I just there's no way I just now noticed it on this watch. I don't know. Anyway, but I agree with what you're saying of like the quietness and the tension of it, and like Sam trying to like tell Jon like, hey, you did good. You did a good thing. This is a good thing, and Jon just kind of like, yeah, try and tell them that. So
I also kind of love 1-1's face when they walk in. 1-1's like, fucking hell, man. Like,
he is so over it already.
He is going through it, dude.
He just got here and he's already over these Night's Watch fuckers.
Yeah,
he's just like, don't you fucking look at me in that tone of voice, you bitches.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Major props to 1-1, always in forever.
I am going to ask that you talk about Dorn because I didn't take any Dorn. My Dorn
sick.
section literally says Dorn scenes are ... fine.
Dorn scenes are.
I'm not exaggerating. That's all I have written down.
That's amazing. First of all, I guess the only thing here is that just like Dorn is just completely adamant. Whatever he has to do to keep his people out of war, he's gonna do.
He will suck Tommen's dick if
yes,
it
he
means
will.
keeping his people out of war, dude.
Which
okay,
I suppose is admirable.
I mean, sure.
Maybe.
Okay, so this is gonna. Hopefully, this doesn't sound bad, but like.
Oh, it will. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm kind of rethinking even going through this thought. I guess like the manner in which the Dorn actors and actresses speak, like it's their abrupt like delivery of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, obviously we joke about like Obara Sand, but like many other people in Dorn have that weird like okay, so she disrespects him when they're all like talking.
Mm-hmm.
Gets up and tries to walk away. He grabs her wrist and he's like you are the mother to 3 blah 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 like daughters who I love very much. Like it's just very like this really interesting delivery. And I hate listening to them talk. I hate it, dude. Like I can't stand I can't. It's not believable to me. It seems like extremely like it's overacted in the way. There's no shade at Broadway because I legitimately love plays, but like it's overacted in the way that like things are overacted in a Broadway play, where that doesn't always translate to television. You know?
Okay, I think I can see what you're saying there. I don't necessarily have a problem with the way any of them talk, except for of course Obara
Sand. Sure.
Hers is, but it's also just like the context of what she always be. It doesn't. I'm not going to get into Obara Sand here. Dorn is just. Listen, we knew it going in, and we've talked about it every time it comes up. Like, the Dorn storyline this season is just one giant pile of kind of disappointment.
Yeah.
And it's just like, can we just get out of here? Like, they try to do like the gag with Braun and like,
yeah,
like the getting punched in the face, and it's like, love Braun, but this isn't working.
This just isn't it. Yeah.
This ain't it.
If the scene was better, Ilaria, right, is her name?
Ilaria Sand, yeah.
Yeah, her burn would be sick. Like, you don't have a spine, that's why you can't stand?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, dude, ouch. Like, fucking cool it, lady, that's mean.
That is pretty mean.
But, man, this just, none of it really works for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. We're just two dipshits who have opinions about things,
true.
So I don't know. We could be wrong.
We've got one more episode of the season 5 Dorn storyline, and then we'll be sort of.
Oh, you know what I do think is hilarious?
What?
Is he tells so Doran tells Ilaria something to the extent of like, I don't believe, or no, I believe in second chances.
Right.
I don't
Not
believe
thirds.
in third.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like how many chances has this woman had?
I
like
think
she
you're
has
counting
fucked you over every
I
episode.
I don't know what scale you're using to count here, brother, but I've counted at least like 6 times that she's like disrespected you, or like gone against what you've said, or like tried to undermine you or betrayed you.
Imagine that line. I believe in 8 chances, but I don't believe in 9.
I believe in 8. That would be so good. They should have just done that.
It's so bad.
Okay, let's go to Bravos.
Oysters, clams, and cockles.
So yeah, she's the thing that stuck out to me about this scene
is how she looks like Sid the Sloth.
No, not that. How terrible of a fucking assassin she is.
Oh yeah.
Like she
pulls
her cart up to within like 10 feet of the guy, fumbles in her fucking pouch for this vial of poison, like holds it up, looks at it, and then like looks at him like,
She's getting
should
all
I do
sweaty
this?
and
Yeah,
shit.
getting all sweaty. I'm like, Arya, girl, you have killed so many people at this point. What are you doing? I suppose this guy is like, isn't on her list and like more innocent, I guess, than other people she has killed.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you're just bad at it, Arya. What is it? What are you doing? It's very funny.
And whatever she did 10 feet away from him, like, could she not have done that like before she even started pushing the cart?
Yeah. Why, be better prepared. That's what I'm saying. What have they been teaching you in the House of Black and White, if not how to do exactly this?
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, you would think that somebody who's been scrubbing bodies all day would know exactly how to poison somebody. Like that.
Yeah.
Come on. It's like.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1.
Yeah, dude.
100%.
Arya, get with the program.
Then, of course, we get to see our guy Mace. And
always a delight.
He's a delight. He's just carrying on, talking about. Like,
I don't even know what the fuck he's
I don't know what
about.
he says something about like how interest is like was once outlawed, and it's like he's like trying to give hints like, hey, you should like not charge us so much interest. But then he's also like, which of course that's ridiculous. Who the fuck would do that? That's so stupid.
He does have one line. Not actually, it's not even a line that's like a gotcha, but it's like one like thoughtful.
Oh, the gambling thing?
Yeah, the gambling thing. Yeah. You know, he's like, we're not gamblers. And he's like, yeah, you are.
You're the
like, and it
best
built you
gamblers.
this. You're the best gamblers.
Yep.
Which is cool. Like, that's honestly, that's something that you would hear Olenna or Tywin say.
Yeah, Mace kind of be spitting there.
Yeah, that's a good line. That's like the dude's locked and loaded. He'd been thinking that's the one line he thought about and rehearsed in the ship.
The entire ship. Right
he's
over.
like, they're gonna say they're not gamblers.
What did he say? Something like bit of chop on the way across or something like that too. Like I love that dude. And then he starts singing, which we talked about. That dude just rules.
Yeah.
What a cool guy. Not a cool guy is Maren Tramp. He's just the worst.
Absolute
I don't even
piece
want
of
to
shit.
talk about him.
Yeah, just absolute gross motherfucker.
Yeah,
so let's
truly.
just truly skip that. Well, unfortunately, we kind of have to address a couple things here with Arya. Continuing in the terrible assassin fucking fashion here.
She just wanders into the brothel after him.
Yeah, and not only after him and sneaking around, like she literally is like, I'm going to wander in a way that is going to make me the center of attention.
Drawing attention to herself.
Yes.
Yeah. Big time. Big time.
Terrible.
Listen, this is why Arya is in training here, I suppose, because she's bad at this.
Yeah,
she's
man.
very, very bad.
Don't they have like standardized tests before they cut them loose?
Yeah,
like,
no. Where's the
funding?
Syrio to tell her to be like silent as a shadow and like, you know, smooth like water. I don't even remember.
Yeah, float like a butterfly.
Yeah, all that shit. All the cool Syrio shit that I miss so much. So yeah, we should probably go finish up the North stuff.
Yeah, are we just gonna go step by step like this whole episode? Because that's what we're doing. So
I mean, that's what we always do.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. We should finish with the Dany stuff anyway.
Yeah, we should finish with the Dany stuff.
Because this, of all the difficult to watch scenes in Game of Thrones, which, like, listen,
there are plenty.
This show has quite a few of them. This one sticks out as this is hard to watch.
And let it be known that these feelings or this take does not in any way diminish any of the other things that are tough to watch.
Oh, no, for sure.
Because there's a lot of people out there that would be like, "Oh, what? You're saying this is worse than blah blah blah?" And no, like you can't put these types of like bullshit on a scale. It's just tough, man. It's hard to watch. This scene with Shireen is
it's brutal.
It is brutal. I do have one nitpick I'd like to.
Okay. We're picking a lot of nits this episode.
Well, I just think it's like I'm actually gonna give kind of a compliment sandwich here.
Okay.
You know?
Sure. Yeah.
So first off, the young girl who plays Shireen, boy, did she sell this. She sold hard. That was horribly rough to watch and then to hear. That was something. So stellar performance, great job to her.
Mm-hmm.
The mother, I forget, Celise,
yeah.
Not that she's somebody that is like, you know, we've ever been like, oh, like, you know, that's she's a good actor, or like, you know, her performance stands out or anything like that. But there is like this weird like cut where she's like, we can't do this. And it's just this like extremely abrupt thing, which, I mean, hey, dude, I don't know. I don't know how somebody processes these types of emotions. So maybe it would be that abrupt. I guess just like the viewing experience is very like interesting. Like she almost seems in a way it's framed like she's kind of like, not a mastermind, but she's like, yeah, like this is the type of shit that like we should have been doing. Like she's obviously been sucking the dick of like this Lord of Light and Melisandre for a long time. And she kind of stands behind Stannis in a way that's almost like, yeah, you know, like we had to do this. And immediately she just switches. And it's just this kind of like weird, like it doesn't really work for me. It's kind of unbelievable the way that she switches, but I don't know. I just didn't really love it. I don't really like her, and I don't really think her performance was great for this, but I don't know. Fuck me. I'm just a dipshit, so.
Right. Like I didn't have like a particular problem with the performance, because it's just like, yeah, I honestly have no idea how one would react in a situation like that. Like if you, like, it's almost like she came out of like a trance of some kind, you know, and realized what was happening, and that this is her daughter that she is standing by and watching, and like aiding and abetting being killed, you know. So yeah, like,
I mean, I guess when you say it like that, maybe it makes a little more sense for her to be that abrupt. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm not really articulating how I feel but all I can say is that watching it, something about her delivery of something just felt a little like choppy to me.
That's fair. It's just, it's yeah. I mean, obviously, like the worst, they really, like, the showrunners really want you, like, they go out of their way to make you feel this too. Like, to their credit, I guess, because they give you not one, but two scenes this episode where Shireen is just a total sweetheart.
Yes.
And not that she hasn't been a total sweetheart the entire series, because she absolutely has. She's like, she basically like volunteers to teach anyone and everyone how to read. Like, that's just what her thing. She's always willing to help. She's just so sweet. She's so kind. And first with Davos, where, you know, he gives her the stag and she just loves it and she loves him and they have such a sweet relationship. And then here with Stannis, where, you know, she can tell that, as we said, he is going through one, and she's just like, I want to help. Whatever I can do to help, let me do it.
What's worse is that he responds, "Oh, you can help." Like, guy, like, I know this is premeditated, but like, that seems really sinister.
I mean, what he's doing is pretty fucking sinister.
But like you want in your heart, you want to believe that this guy feels like he has no other option. But that type of line, like "Oh, you can help," seems like a mwahaha type of line, you know?
Yeah, he's rubbing his hands and stroking his evil mustache.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, listen, it's brutal. Speaking all the way around.
I left a little Fu Manchu stash when I trimmed up the beard today. So how do you like that?
Great. Phenomenal.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah. I love every apple that you'll give me.
Oh yeah.
Real quick before we move on from this scene, because I want to because it is so brutal. But real fun in retrospect now that we have obviously watched the first season of House of the Dragon to come back and get this again here where Shireen is talking about Rhaenyra and whatever his name is.
Aegon?
Aegon, yeah. They're all Aegon. Aegon 15 times. And it's just cool. It's like, hey, this is familiar. We know about this.
Yeah.
And also, once again, always funny when Captain Grammar Stannis is just like, why'd they call it a dance? That don't make no sense.
That doesn't make any sense. It's not a dance.
It's not a dance.
It's poetic. And he's like, yeah, you're going to fucking burn for that.
Listen, you are painting Stannis probably deservedly in a worse light than he maybe should.
Dance? That's a dance?
That's
Get
it.
up there. Get on that
Get
fucking
on the
pyre,
fucking
dude.
thing. Get on the thing. It's not a fucking dance. What are we even doing here?
Tie her up.
Damn.
Let's go.
It's
Light
brutal.
the shit. Man, it's very brutal, but no, I do like you calling this out. For the probably 10 of you guys that are listening that did not realize we were watching the House of the Dragon as it was coming out. We do have a whole series on that. If you have not watched that yet, as in the show, watch House of the Dragon because it is very
House
good.
of the Dragon.
It's very good. And hey, go check out those episodes because they're available. We put them up. They're a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun.
They are a lot of, yeah, Scott and I did have a lot of fun with that series.
Yeah.
I will say this just from a friendly, obviously we want you guys to watch the stuff we're putting out or listen to the stuff we're putting out, but truly just from kind of like a friendly recommendation on how to consume it. I do feel like those episodes hold up a little better for somebody who is watching the show. Because we don't go quite as deep as we do here. Yeah. So it might be a little hard to follow along if like you watched it 3 months ago and you're like trying to remember bits and bits. So
it's a little less structured. They're
a little less structured than what we're doing here.
Yeah,
so if you guys have not watched House of the Dragon yet, do that and check out the podcast where we're talking about it.
Speaking of House of the Dragon, while we're on the subject, my big note from this, and this is maybe getting a little ahead of here, but this
as
Marine,
you do.
I do. For this Marine section,
my first
thing is just, man, after watching House of the Dragon, this CGI here just does not hold up like at all. And
yeah,
I
it's
understand,
not as good. You're right, but
I understand it was not a long time ago. What's this? What, like 7 or 8 years ago, if even that long. But just like in comparison, and we praised House of the Dragons like CG like a lot, so that's fair. But like I was just like, oh, this does not look great.
Look, okay, so to play devil's advocate here, House of the Dragons CG is better than most full production films.
True.
CG.
It's like world class. It
is unbelievable. And I mean, I don't know the numbers here. I'm not like this, like into like the way that HBO is running their shows, but like I would venture to say that the first season of House of the Dragon probably cost multiple times what this season cost.
Probably.
Like in terms of resources and not just capability because it's an older season, but just in resources.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a shit. It doesn't, like, I don't care.
You're probably right, and I understand that this is not the fairest criticism, but it's just like it was such a like. It stuck out to me so badly that I had to mention it. I'm just like House of the Dragon legit spoiled me is what I'm trying to say. Like
for me, okay, I mean that is okay. I think that's fair. But I think for me, it wasn't actually the CG quality. What really had me like kind of chuckling to myself inside was Drogon is tiny, dude.
Oh yeah, that dude.
He's so small. Like I remember watching the show for the first time.
Ass dragon.
Yeah, dude. Like fucking. I was about to say, what's that toy brand for the kids? Fisher Price. Anyway.
Fuck you. What's that
I
toy
fucking
brand
hate you,
for
dude.
the kids?
I fucking hate you. But yeah, I remember watching this season or this episode for the first time years and years ago.
Sure.
And being like, dude,
he's so
Drogon is huge, man.
Because
this guy is so hardcore.
But because to this point we had seen the dragons like on fucking Dany's arm, like it's a goddamn parrot or something. And yeah. he's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like the size of like what is yikes? Do you remember the dragons' names from House of the Dragon?
Meraxes? I don't know. That's actually just what
it's Caraxes is Cyrax. No, Caraxes and Cyrax are
Vhagar. Vhagar's one.
Vhagar's
of them, right?
the giant one.
Yeah, Vhagar's the giant one.
I'm talking about the little ones, like the kids' dragons.
I don't know. I can't.
Whatever
remember.
the fuck. He's like those dragons, which they're tiny.
True.
Yeah, it's wild.
You know what? Actually, and it's not even so much the dragon specifically, the CG that I'm talking about. It's like everything else going on around it. Like this crowd in this scene is like the most 2008 like Madden ass crowd I've like ever seen in my life. They're like repeating the same, like I shouldn't have looked and focus on it, like, and I try not to, but like they are just like, it's kind of hilarious,
dude. Okay, so it's funny that you say that. There's this I know you're not very in tune with the socials. There's this like trend that I keep seeing on TikTok and Instagram and stuff where like people will like be like at a sporting event, whether it's a basketball game or whatever, and they'll like record themselves doing like the NPC cheer.
Yeah.
And so they'll like walk around and just be like,
that's literally what these people are doing. Yeah, they are all NPCs for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, not the fairest of criticisms, but it did stick out to me. This is all a roundabout way of saying, hey, House of the Dragon is really good. If you haven't watched it, what the fuck are you doing watching season 5 of
truly
Game of Thrones? Watch that shit.
To close on our whole House of the Dragon talk here, yes. I would just like to tell you guys, man, well, this is such a weird place to. I mean, I guess it's not. It's the namesake. That is one of the best first seasons of television that I've watched. I mean, there's a lot of contenders for like the best. And this is at least in the conversation. I'm not going to go and say that it's the best or anything like that, but it is at least in the conversation. I was just truly floored episode after episode by that show. So go watch it if you haven't.
To talk about this marine scene, like we kind of jumped to the end with like the Drogon stuff, obviously. I do think it's so funny how Dario is like so threatened by his Dar, but trying to pretend like he's not and trying to like flirting with Dany and just like, let me tell you about what a cool guy I was. Hey, did I ever tell you I was in them fighting, bitch? They tell you a story about how back in my day, I killed everybody in them there fighting, bitch. I want to tell you, I was a small guy. I was so quick. They could have never caught me.
Please stop what you're doing.
I don't know where that accent came from.
That went way too long.
No. It didn't go on long enough.
No. Never
Dario is so lame.
Yeah.
Dude, have we talked about? I'm sure we probably have.
I mean, like,
he's so lame.
Like, he's hot.
Yeah, sure.
And like, he does. God damn! Dude. I feel like I always break off a piece of our audience and just like shun them.
Okay, proceed.
Like, he's like,
go ahead. You're gonna do it anyway. Just might as well rip the Band-Aid off. Just proceed.
I'm so mad at myself now.
What have you done?
He's like cool for people who shop at Spencer's. Or who buy like Target graphic tees. Like the ones with like the funny sayings on them. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know that I rate this analogy, to be honest. Like the Spencer's part I can kind of get behind. He's got those cool hand wraps that like, I don't know what those are fucking for.
Fuck, man. Guys, hey, it's okay if you shop at Spencer's.
He's so corny, and I just think
they have cool posters, you know?
You're the worst. I just think him like trying to flirt with Dany while people are dying and she's uncomfortable and his Dar's uncomfortable and Tyrion's uncomfortable and he's just like, aren't I so fucking rad?
Yeah.
I just think he's so lame.
So I do have some thoughts here.
Hit me.
I don't know how you feel about this, but I actually want to say that I enjoy this last part of the episode.
Yeah.
I think this is actually quite good.
Yeah.
I think that Emilia Clarke looks good as hell.
You would.
I mean, I always think she looks good as hell.
You do. She looks good. She looks great.
And I think that it holds up. It's a good time. It's suspenseful. It's interesting. I think, like, I've never been particularly interested in, like, the whole Sons of the Harpy thing, but the stakes, I think, are fun to see play out. So I like this, and I don't typically enjoy marine stuff.
You love marine. What are you talking about?
Never mind. I'm not gonna. We're above that.
I want to say,
maybe we're not. I don't know.
When Tyrion says my father would have liked you, I have to disagree with you there, Tyrion.
Yeah, absolutely not. His father would have minced his ass.
Yeah,
dude.
Tywin would have minced his Dar's ass in a fucking second. He would not have liked that guy. What shit are you on, Tyrion?
Yeah, dude.
Get out of town.
Definitely not. Yeah, like he would have liked him because he would play right into his hand. That's why he would have liked him.
But like that's not Tywin doesn't like. It's just like that's just another one of his pawns. Like,
sure,
he don't give a shit. Doesn't like him. The only person I can think of that he really likes was Arya, which is valid and awesome. Anyway, you're right. This is an intense scene. Jorah gets so fucking lucky, like you wouldn't even believe. Had no business winning that little battle royale there. And they share a little tender moment when he saves her life, and hey, you know, good for Jorah, I guess.
Dude, Jorah sucks, man.
Jorah does kind of suck.
I don't every episode that we do recently, I have questioned like why I used to be into Jorah. Like I used to like Jorah.
I used to like Jorah too. What were we on? He's not great.
Like it's not even because he's into a character that I don't particularly care for.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
He's just like fucking easy, bro. Like the dude is soft.
It was real cool when he killed that Blood Rider in the first season.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that was fine.
Like first season
seemed
Jorah,
like he had purpose in that in that time.
First season Jorah, I will still ride for, but past that, I don't know.
It's the whole like groveling, like, and never giving up, like, and also being in love with this like woman that's like 50 years younger than you. I don't fucking know how old they are, but
anyway, anything else you want to say about the scene? Like, it's cool, obviously, you know.
Oh, I do actually. Yes, one thing about Jorah. Okay. How about that fucking drop and roll maneuver that he uses to kill the last guy, the guy with the spear?
It reminded me
that
of
shit was so slow.
That was like a Ben Kenobi episode 4 maneuver. The spin move, the greatest spin move of all time.
It's so fucking hilarious.
I thought the same exact thing. Like, I think I almost put something in the recap about like with a move, he wins the melee with a move not seen since Ben Kenobi in episode 4.
Dude, it's so funny, man.
It's not great. But to put a positive note on this, Drogon coming in and Daenerys like climbing on his back and flying away is cool.
Yeah.
Like it was. I'm gonna be that guy again. Cooler in the book because she kind of has to like fight him to get him to listen to her, which is pretty rad. She like,
oh, that's cool.
She like grabs like a whip, I think, and like starts whipping his ass to get him to like mind. And it's like, it's kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a dragon, you know.
Right.
Anyway. Anything else? Any final thoughts here, bud?
I think that this episode, for being an episode 9 of a season, is maybe a little flat as a whole. I think that the climax of this episode is totally good. I enjoy it quite a lot. But not a lot of episode 9s hold out to the last 10, 15 minutes the way that this one does.
Well, they kind of blew their load a little early with Hard Home this season.
Right. I mean, that's fair.
It's just normally
like a weird,
the episode 9s
lull,
are,
I think, after.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe that is honestly, maybe that's intentional because Hard Home was a big deal. I just think that the episode, when you're watching one at a time and putting one episode under a microscope like this, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's good at the end.
I don't think this episode is bad. I feel like I've had a lot of negative things to say about this episode, but that's just who I am. I think it's totally fine, but you're right for like an end of season-ish episode like this. It's just leaves a little bit to be desired, but
sure.
Anyway, let's do that thing that we do. It's time for Who Be Thrown In.
Who Be Thrown In.
Hey, I clicked on the right one, Zach. Aren't you proud of me?
Hey, I am never proud of you.
Where we last left off last episode, number 1 spot was our boy, is it the Night King or Night's King? Now I can't remember which it is.
The Night King.
The Night King. Okay, Night's King is the other one. The Night King, he be flexing on Jon. He claims an easy peasy number 1. Jon Snow, despite getting his ass flexed on, he did kill a White Walker, and he was a badass. He got 2. Tyrion was 3. Dany was 4. And Tormund was 5. That was for Hard Home. So Tormund and the Night King can come off.
Yeah.
I don't think they were. Tormund might have very briefly been in this episode. The Night King definitely was not. Jon can probably come off. Daenerys has a very strong case. I believe she will for sure stay, but probably change position. What do you think about Tyrion? Should I pull?
I don't think he does anything. Like, I mean, he just sits there.
He does save your girl, though. We didn't talk about that.
He does save my girl. Man, I had a note, too, to talk about how good she looked, too. God damn it.
Read your notes, Zach. Too late for that now. Who do you think... give me a name. Who do you think makes the list? Yeah, that's a good call. Absolutely. Mace is still sepia tone. Let me see if I can fix this.
That was a stupid joke.
That was the best joke. How do I fix this?
So Mace,
boom. Mace is now.
I mean, shit, dude. This is like honestly kind of lame, but do we put Ramsay?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Are you sure, man? I mean, he really did. Like, we both agree it's
kind of
stupid.
He impossible
really
shit.
fucked over Stannis and like really hurt his position.
All right.
I think he at least needs to be acknowledged. I mean, like, fuck Ramsay, obviously, but like, come on.
Is he Mop Man? Oh no, that's literally the Mop
Man. That's literally Mop Man. God damn, pulling out all the old jokes, huh?
Made the list before?
I think he has, yeah.
I thought he had too, but I am not. No, I need to get rid of some of these older people that are no longer with us. You know what? He's just gonna be represented by the Mop Man.
Okay.
Because that's who he originated as. Throwback.
Real throwback. For you
there.
Newbies, actually, you know what? We're not explaining the joke.
Nah, we're not
just
explaining
go
that.
listen to our old episodes.
Yeah, fuck that. We don't explain things.
Our podcast is literally us explaining the episodes of Game of Thrones, but okay.
I
mean, Arya doesn't really actually do anything.
No. Jamie, because he successfully is
right.
getting Marcella out.
I actually was thinking that. Yes, I do think that Jamie belongs on the list.
I can he negotiates his way through that. I can go for Jamie. If I can find him. I know he's been on the list.
Come on, my guy.
He has certainly been on the list. There are too many fucking names on this list. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right, well, I guess now's a good time to remind you guys that if you guys are ever
there
wanting
he
to
is.
stay a little more up to date with the We Don't Want a Podcast, you can do that at We Don't Want a Pod on Instagram, mostly. We do have a Twitter. It's not super active, but it's there if you guys would like, if you're into that thing. We do have a Discord. We recently had some fun chats about Star Wars, talking about Game of Thrones in there. You guys are welcome to come join the Discord. Shoot us a DM or an email and ask us for an invite link. We will gladly send one over so you can become part of the wannabe community. That would be tight. Did you find your boy?
Yeah, he's right there.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah, sure. I'm done.
What? So we're agreed, like, no Stannis, right? For sure.
No,
Okay.
fuck no.
Thank you. I wanted to
No,
check.
we're not agreed.
What
Put
do you
Stannis on the
think?
list.
What do you think about a Davos, possibly?
Davos' scene with Shireen is very good.
Very good. And
I love Davos.
he did everything he could to try
You know
and
what's
get...
funny is that, like, we're extremely biased in this, and we ruffled some feathers.
You just keep bringing this up.
With our biasness, and I just think it's hilarious that, like, our entire show is about us being totally biased and liking what we like.
I mean, that is what we do.
It's very funny.
Listen,
to me.
Davos did everything he could to try and get Shireen out of a dangerous situation.
He did still fail, though. I don't know.
He failed, but it was a really good scene, too.
Okay, we'll have him in the conversation. I don't know that he makes it in my eyes, but we'll talk about it.
Anyone like Jorah?
No. I mean, maybe.
See, yeah, I'm
God
not a Jorah
damn,
lover, but I
hate
feel like
this.
if any episode, like,
I hate it.
he
Yeah,
kind
you're probably
of
right. Honestly, you are probably
like
right.
over Tyrion. Honestly,
For sure. He might even be over Davos in terms of, like, what he did in the episode.
Correct. Let's get rid of Tyrion because I don't think he's making it.
No.
All he really did was saving the Sand. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I think we need to start throwing some.
Danny
of these up
goes
here.
one, in my opinion.
I think Daenerys goes one. I agree.
Yeah.
Daenerys, where are you? Let me.
It's funny for the watchers on the YouTubes hearing you say, Danny, where are you? And, like, she's clearly right there.
Shut up. Yeah, you don't understand my pain. Don't even fucking talk to me. All right, Daenerys goes one. Then I think it's Jamie. I can also, this might be a hot take. I also feel pretty strongly about Jon.
I think John's moment to shine was last episode.
Yes.
You're going to have to sell me here, I guess is what I'm saying.
I guess my big thing is, like Sam points out, like, he saved hundreds, if not thousands of lives.
We're just having a delayed relaxation.
Well,
Oh
no,
my
I
God.
mean-
Am I drunk? I'm not drunk, I promise.
He got them back safely now. Like, his job wasn't fully done at Hardhome.
Okay.
He got them back safely. Listen, his Night's Watch brothers are not happy with him, but he saved hundreds of, if not thousands of lives. And he did it, even though it certainly wasn't an easy thing to do or an easy choice to make, he did it. And now he's, going to live with those consequences, but he did what he
Sure.
thought was right. And he saved a bunch of people.
Yeah. Do you think him over Jamie or Mop Man?
Like I'm with you probably on Mop Man makes the list, but I'm feeling like a 4 or a 5 for him. Just out of sheer anger at how stupid it is.
Okay, look. All right. If that's the bias, I mean, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to pretend like it's not biased because it is. He did a good thing, but his good thing is like
he also not only was it a good thing for his cause, but like it was also a big thing. Like it was he caused a big like problem.
I kind of want to put. I'm leaning.
I kind of think Jamie is next.
All right, I was just about to say I'm leaning Jamie or John. I can definitely go Jamie at 2. I did not expect that coming into this. We're not forgetting anyone, are we? I don't think
so.
I don't know who else. Like, I think we're agreed John and Mop Man make the list, right?
I think Jorah is the next.
So you think Jorah's our
Jorah
last?
does have a big episode. Like, despite my annoyance of him, he does have a big episode. Like, not only does he win in the fighting pit, gaining the attention of Dany, he also saves the absolute shit out of Dany's life.
He does.
Yeah,
she wouldn't be alive to climb on Drogon at the end if he had not intervened.
I do, and like he does it kind of in a cool way. Like the whole, it's kind of a gimmick. It's kind of a trope in this type of shit, like the throwing the spear or throwing a knife or whatever, or shooting somebody.
Oh, it's a big time trope.
Who's actually behind you. You think they're shooting at you. But it's still cool. We love to see it.
Also,
I like a good trope.
Like, he has no right being alive. Like, he straight up lost that fight, and the other dude comes in and is like, "Oh, I'll save you."
Yeah.
And then
so he gets it on. What does McGonagall say? Sheer dumb luck. And also,
if you say so.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Okay,
let's go. John, Jacob, Jingleheimer, Jorah.
Hell yeah. John's my guy. Man, is Davos really not going to make this list? That makes me sad.
I don't think. I mean, I really do actually think Jorah had a better episode than Davos.
I think I agree. So are you thinking Jorah?
I think Mop Man and then
all right,
Jorah, fine. In my opinion.
I think Mop Man has to be 4 or 5, and I'm fine with either.
Okay.
So all right.
Do we put Mace in sepia tone and put him in the middle again?
Cersei just decided to show up.
What the hell? To our viewers, Cersei just like
popped in for a quickie. No.
Popped in for a quickie.
Yeah, listen, as soon as I said it, I instantly regretted it.
Popped in for a quickie.
Same,
dude.
Remember, we tried the whole Mason Sipitone in the middle gag, and it was awful, and we hated it. So, it's a pounce always and forever.
Fair enough.
That's going to be our list, I guess. This feels like a very weird list, but that's season 5 for you. From bottom to top, Jorah takes the 5th spot. Ramsay, aka the Mop Man prophecies, at 4, Jon Snow at 3, Jamie at 2, and Daenerys making her escape from a really bad situation and doing some cool shit at number 1.
Also getting Drogon back, not just what she did, but she's got her dragon back.
For sure. Like Drogon, he has been missing for a while, so big ups to her. That is this episode, season 5, episode 9.
What's your rating, Scott?
I almost called it House of the Dragon. Rating. Oh shoot. Man, I feel like I have very mixed feelings about this episode because I have a lot of quibbles with it, but I did enjoy it when I watched it. I'm gonna go straight 6.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I kind of thought it would be a little higher. I'm gonna give this a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's a good episode. It's maybe a little less than you'd expect for an episode 9, but it's still a good episode. It's yeah.
It's a good thing our ratings definitely aren't all over the place and definitely are consistent and flawless throughout. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that.
Everyone knows that.
Come on, you don't even need to say that.
Yeah. Listen, it goes without saying, but I'm going to say
Do you forget that at the title of at the beginning of our videos, it says a super legit and definitive breakdown?
It's not just legit, it's super legit.
Super legit and definitive breakdown.
Why don't you take us out of here, pal?
Yeah, guys, listen, that was a good time. Scotty, I always love doing the thing with you. We appreciate you guys for listening. And go do the things I said. And also do some more things because we're going to ask a lot out of you. Like the video on YouTube because that goes a long way for us. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. If it isn't already apparent, we are talking Game of Thrones every single week, going through each episode of the series. Scott, you are fucking ridiculous. I hate you so much.
Long. I didn't think you would go on this long.
No, I'm dragging it out now.
Fuck.
As a reminder, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at We Don't Want a Pod. You can go to www.wedon'twanna.com to find our feed and pick your favorite listening site or listening app. And also, I have a second podcast that's launching very soon called the Death Wish Podcast. This is a real thing. Go do that thing. Find us on Death Wish Pod, or excuse me, at Death Wish Pod. We're talking fun bullshit, kind of like this, except not as structured.
My wrists
we would
are
love
so
if
tired.
you guys hang out with us and yeah, just drop a follow, hang out with us. We appreciate it. What else can I say here? Scott, you're one of my best friends.
Hey,
man.
it's been
I
a great
love you to
time. We'll
death.
see you later. Goodbye. Till next time.
Okay. Huzzah.